Carole Malone clashed with Green Party leader Zack Polanski as a heated debate over illegal migrants erupted on Jeremy Vine. Carole Malone and Zack Polanski locked horns as they erupted into a furious row on Jeremy Vine on Wednesday, October 15. The Express columnist and the Green Party leader clashed over why migrants are entering the UK illegally. Tensions escalated after host Jeremy played a clip of Polanski referring to Reform UK's Yusuf as a fascist. Defending his comments, Polanski said, "The reason why we're surging in the polls and the reasons why we're getting so many more members is because if something walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, he'll call it a duck." His remark provoked an immediate reaction from Carole, who could be heard saying that's outrageous in the background. Polanski continued, "Nigel Farage when he worked in the European Parliament used to join forces with the Swedish Democrats. These are literally a Nazi party with roots to the far right." At that point, a furious Carole snapped back, "How dare you throw words like Nazi around? Do you even know what that means? People like you are just going to get Reform more votes by talking like that? You believe in your politics, Reform believes in theirs, and you cannot call them Nazis for believing in that because you just make yourself look cheap." Hitting out at Reform UK, Polanski accused the party of wanting to deport people of colour, a claim that immediately sparked backlash from Carole. "They want to deport people who come here illegally. It's not about their colour. There you go misrepresenting what's happening," she raged. Pressing his point, the Green Party leader challenged, "How do you expect people to come here legally if there is no safe and legal route?" But Carole firmly pushed back, There are safe and legal routes. The people who are coming here on those boats are choosing to do it that way, and they're doing it because they want to get into Britain to work." Snapping at the broadcaster, Polanski fumed, "You're not a fascist, but you're absurd because 80% of asylum conditions are found to have legitimate reasons. You would like to call me a fascist because I don't agree with you," the presenter said. Jeremy then questioned why a man who came to the UK on a small boat and threatened to kill Nigel Farage should be allowed to seek asylum in the UK once he is released from prison. "If people break the law, that's a different conversation. The conversation I'm having with Carole is if people have done absolutely nothing wrong. They're fleeing war and persecution," Polanski explained. But Carole firmly rejected that argument. "They are not fleeing war and persecution. Stats say that 80% are not fleeing war and persecution. Stop peddling another lie." When Polanski countered that over 80% of illegal migrants have a legitimate claim to seek asylum, Carole was quick to challenge him, saying, "That's not the same as what you just said. A legitimate claim is what their lawyers tell them to say when they come across on the boats, and you know that. We all know that." It comes after Carole hit out at Polanski's bid to legalize all drugs, branding him a dangerous man. She told the Daily Espresso podcast, he was using Portugal as his perfect example of how it's all worked. Because Portugal decriminalized in 2010, it hasn't worked at all. It's been a complete and utter disaster. The host argued that drug addiction has actually gone up and insisted it sets an example for no one. Mr. Polanski claimed that the war on drugs has absolutely failed, calling for a new approach led by public health experts, not politicians. The host claimed drug addiction has instead gone up and that it sets an example for no one. She added, "The minute you decriminalize drugs, the minute you legalize them, you have to tax them. People don't want to pay taxes on their drugs because the drugs become much more expensive, and so they buy from the drug gangs. Even in the places where drugs have been decriminalized now, the drug gangs and their businesses are rocketing.